Hello everyone, welcome to the 18th part of microcontroller architecture and programming. So in this video we are going to learn the timer mode 2 programming. So here the timer is used in mode 2, that is 8-bit auto reload mode. So here we are loading the initial count, 8-bit initial count in THX register, and it will be automatically loaded in TLX register. So here TFX, that is overflow flag, is used. So I have considered that the initial count is equal to 05H that I have loaded into THX, and it will be automatically loaded into TLX register. So to start timer, we have to make the TRX bit equal to 1. So as we are making this TRX bit equal to 1, switch will be closed and timer will start counting, that is 06808H up to FFH. So when the timer rolls over from FFH to 00H, this flag will set, TFX flag will set. So when after clearing this TFX flag, so automatically the count that is in THX, that will be loaded into TLX, and it will again start counting, that is 068, 067H up to FFH. So in this way there is no need to reload the count, initial count, again and again into the THX register. So to use this timer 0 or timer 1 in mode 2, so here we have to configure that timer using the tmode register. For timer 0 to use in mode 2, we have to configure, or we have to use the lower 4 bits of this tmode register. So here we are making the bit M1 and M0 equal to 10, that means we are selecting the mode 2 using this configuration. So we have to load the value 02H in T mode to select timer 0 in mode 2. Similarly, for timer 1 in mode 2, we have to use the upper 4 bits of this tmode register. So here we are moving the value or loading the value for M1 and M0, that is 10, to select mode 2. That means we have to load the value 20H in T mode to select timer 1 in mode 2. Here are the steps for timer mode 2 programming. So our first step is load the T mode with 02H or 20H for timer 0 or timer 1 respectively. Now the second step is load the register THX with the initial count value, and then start the timer by making TRX bit equal to 1. Now keep monitoring the flag, TFX flag, as it is initially 0 and after the timer rollovers it becomes high. So we have to keep monitoring this flag. So when this flag becomes 1, we have to clear the flag for the next round, and if we want to continue it, go to step 4. Now here there is no need to start the timer again, as we have not stopped it. We have to just go to step 4 and just again keep monitoring the timer flag, as the initial count is automatically loaded into the TLX register. How to find the initial count? So again, let's consider that suppose there is a 10 things, that is maximum 10 count is there, and that 10 things or that 10 toys, they are labeled from 0 to 9, and we have to count the only 6 toys. That means we have to count the last 6 toys only. So what is the initial count, or from which toy we have to start counting? So that can be found using the formula maximum count minus required count. So here maximum count is 10 and required count is 6, so that is 4. So we have to start counting from 4th toy. So from 4 to 10 or 4 to 9, the 6 things that can be, or 6 toys that they can be counted. Now to find the initial count, so here the timer clock is nothing but crystal frequency divided by 12, and the period of one machine cycle that can be calculated with the formula 12 divided by crystal frequency. To find the count, required delay divided by period of one machine cycle, we have to use this formula. And to find the initial count of a timer, so here the formula is maximum count minus number of required count, and as these timers we are using in 8-bit auto reload mode. So maximum count for that 8-bit is 256 or 256. So let's see the example. Suppose we have to generate a delay of 100 microseconds. Delay is given and the crystal frequency is 12 megahertz. So our first step is to find the period of a one machine cycle using the formula 12 divided by the crystal frequency. So we get 1 microsecond, and our second step is to find the count. So that can be found by the formula required delay divided by period of one machine cycle. So our required delay is 100 microseconds. So we will get the count, that is 100. Now to find the initial count, we have to subtract this count 100 from the maximum count. So we get the 256 minus 256 minus 100 equal to 156, that is 9ch in hex. So this is the 8-bit value that we have to load into THX register. Suppose we have to generate a square wave of a 5 kilohertz and crystal frequency is given as a 12 megahertz. So again our first step is to find the machine cycle using the formula 12 divided by crystal frequency, that is 1 microsecond. Now we have to find the time period of that square wave, and that can be found using the formula T, that is total time period of a square wave, equal to 1 upon frequency of that square wave, that is 1 upon 5 into 10 raised to 3. So we get the total time period of that square wave equal to 200 microseconds. That means T on plus T off. But to generate a square wave of 5 kilohertz in 8051 microcontroller, we just require the T on delay or a T off delay, that is half of this total time period. So that required delay can be found by this total time period divided by 2, that is 200 microseconds divided by 2, that is 100 microseconds. So this is our required delay. Now the next step to find the count by dividing the required delay by this one period of a one machine cycle, that is 100 microseconds divided by 1 microsecond, that is 100, and find the initial count by subtracting this required or the number of count from this maximum count. We get the value 156, that is 9ch, that is the initial count that should be loaded into THX register. Let's see the program for square wave of 5 kilohertz. Again we are using the pin P1.7, timer 1 in mode 2. So this is our initial location where our program will save the starting location of our program in RAM memory. Move tmod comma #20h. By using this instruction we are configuring or we are selecting the timer 1 in mode 2. Then we are loading the initial count into TH1 register using the instruction move TH1 comma #9ch. Now we are starting the timer using the instruction set bit TR1. That means we are making the TR1 bit equal to 1. After starting the timer, we are complementing the pin P1.7 and wait for the delay, or we have called the delay subroutine. So in delay, what we have to do, we have to just wait for the overflow. So here the instruction is given jump if not bit TF1 comma delay. If TF1 bit is 0, then jump to the given location, that is delay. That means we have to remain over here. We have to wait for the overflow. So when the timer overflows and this condition becomes unsatisfied, so it will come out from the loop and we have to clear the TF1 flag for the next round by using the instruction clear TF1. And using this instruction RET, we are going to this location, that is sjump back. Again jump to back location. Here again we are complementing the P1.7 and calling the delay again and again, so the square wave is generated. C program for the square wave. So again our first instruction is include reg51.h. We are using or loading the header file. Then here we are defining the delay function. Now we are defining the bit 7 of port 1 with the name variable name mybit using data type sbit. So here is the main program. So here we are selecting the timer 1 in mode 2 using the instruction tmod, 0x20h. Now we are loading the value in th1 register. Now we are starting the timer using the instruction tr1 equal to 1. So we have to just complement the bit p1.7 and call the delay. So here in delay function, what we have to do, we have to just monitor the TF1 flag. So after monitoring this flag, so here it must be TF1. So by mistake I have written TH1, so it must be TF1. So when it is 0, we have to keep monitoring, and when this condition will unsatisfied, that means when this TF1 becomes 1, so we have to clear that flag, and again here the mybit is complemented, and in this way the square wave of 500 Hz is generated at p1.7. So here is assignment is given. So depending on the mode 1 and mode 2 programming, so you have to write the programs, C programs as well as assembly programs for the same.